What I'm going to present to you is a concept that we have been working for many years, which is, we started calling it proactive skiing, efficient actions, making a difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Races have to be effective. Efficacy is what we call it, is getting the result no matter what, and then efficiency is part of eventually becoming of being able to perform, but we think we call it an addition between technical capacities and physical and psychological capacities that will get you and these things being added. So the concept for us is, for ski instructors, is being efficient, being proactive, which is being able to read the terrain, the type of snow and everything, and being able to act upon it instead of reacting to what we feel only.
Hello, good. So we're going to start with the presentation of what we see ski teaching as a concept that we've been, as I say, working on, of making it very simple. We presented the concept of skis, snowboard, any sliding device for the snow being vehicles. And as such, we vehicles, we have been introducing a system of teaching skiing as we would teach someone to drive a vehicle that is from the easy conditions, but focusing in actions instead of movements. Actions giving meaning to the movements and allowing us, once we understand it, to teach in a very simple manner. I will have this PowerPoint presentation running. The technique that we teach, we call it compensation technique, since the late 80s. We presented first in Canada the concept. As you can see, we put vehicle and snow instead of just skis, because it's any vehicle. It could be a snowboard, could be a cross-country ski, is of course ski, alpine ski, telemark, and whatever other type of gliding vehicle. We have to adapt to the characteristics of the vehicle and then act and produce the proper actions to generate the snow reaction that will allow us to work. That's what we call the theoretical term. Of course, we find that linked turns are those that allow us to carry on the momentum from turn to turn. Of course, in racing or in normal skiing or snowboarding, when I say skiing, I mean all gliding sports. It's just that I'm an alpine skier in general, so the idea is that carrying the momentum will allow us to do less effort and profit from the forces that we generate. We call forces those that act upon us, and efforts those that we produce through muscular actions. Skis are vehicles. That means snowboards, any type of gliding device, as I said before. They're supposed to carry us down and around instead of the opposite. For many years we have been carrying the skis down and using them to stop. So we make the ski turn instead of them allowing us to turn if we use the mechanics of the skis properly. as I said before, is knowing ahead of time how the ski will interact with the snow is what makes us a good skier, because we'll react and act in real time. If now they're coming out with intelligent cars, suspensions, and they read the ground ahead, and the wheels start absorbing or the bumps or the holes as they get there, instead of reacting to it. We can be very fast, have a lot of fast reactions, but if we know what is going to happen, we can act upon in a much more efficient way. We teach the students that we say to focus on the desired result rather than in certain movements like extension, flexion, projecting the center of mass to the inside of the following turn diagonally or across or what have you, because most people don't learn to feel synesthetically that their body until they are experts. And once they are experts, we don't have to teach them again. We can only correct the way they got there. So we say that if we teach someone the action, we will get someone that will adjust the tools of the actions in the proper manner. It's like if I want to shake his hand, I will have to walk towards him until I'm at the right distance and shake his hand. If I had to teach someone to do it, I wouldn't have to teach the person to walk, because the person already knows how to walk. Just have to tell the person to shake the hands, and then I can work on it. If the person gives me a soft hand, I say a little firmer. If it gives too hard, I say, no, that hurts. But we're working on something that is very easy to understand. If I have to shake his hand, then same action, completely different movement. It's like, when I compare it, the way we taught skiing for many years, to teaching how to drive, it's like if I told someone that once he's sitting in the car and the engine started, of course, to put first gear, before automatic, you have to bend your fingers around the knob, pull your arm in, push forward. We used to teach skiing that way. I know that most of us did, because it was a mechanical repetition of movements that we taught movements, and we work on making those movements right without many times saying to the people what we really wanted to acquire, which was the proper reaction of the snow. If we work on that from the beginning, it's very simple, and we found that, and we've been working on it for a while. So what we do is we say, do with your feet what you want your skis to do. That is, we have a ski boot that holds the leg and the foot. It connects the ankle joint and the feet and the legs, and it will allow us to transport the body as long as we don't resist. So the lower part of the shell will transfer the feet movement, so tilt right, tilt left, tilt right, whatever, to the skis, and the upper part will transfer to the body the same action of the feet, unless we resist it. So what happened is there any fisherman that fishes fly fishing here? Oh, good Lord! I know that most of the Argentinians do. So you'll understand the principle of the handle, which is stiff, and how the handle moves, and the upper part is bent, compensated. It doesn't stretch until you release. Okay, so it's the same thing with the ski boot. Your foot works like the handle of a fishing rod, moving the body gently to the inside. And if we use correctly the inertial forces that are generated during the turn, when we allow the body to move, by changing edges from the bottom, the body will follow in without us having to take it there. We just stop resisting and staying on the inside. We release the lower ski, and the body will be moved on to the inside of the next turn and in the right direction, diagonally forward, so we can load the front of the skis, etc. Some people here might remember that in '87 in Canada we presented the concept of loading the first part of the turn. We worked on extension, then we worked with movements, but the extension for us was to load instead of to unload. And